What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to a brand new video, and in today's video we are going to be reviewing Drop. It's a recent film that's come out in the cinema, and I have to say it's a very solid film. However, we do have to talk about it. We're going to make some points, and without further ado, we're just going to get straight into this. Violet is a widowed mother who goes to an upscale restaurant to meet Henry, her charming and handsome date. However, her pleasant evening soon turns into a living nightmare when she receives phone calls from a mysterious hooded figure who threatens to kill her young son and sister unless she kills Henry. Quite simple in terms of story, you know, it's a very simple film. However, that being said, that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. This film was actually really solid, and yes, albeit be mostly shot in two locations, it was still very good, and I have to say it's quite an enjoyable watch. It does feel that some scenes were maybe just a little bit too long and also kind of repetitive as well. It felt that the intruder gave Violet a lot of chances, which just felt a little bit unrealistic. But also just the fact that Henry didn't also walk out on Violet as well. You'll see in the film that he was about to, but then he comes back. Maybe I'm just nitpicking here, but it just seems on a little bit too unrealistic. That being said, the film was very tense and had a roller coaster of emotions as well. What I really liked about this film is that it kind of got you guessing who could be watching Violet within the restaurant, and it's very interesting to find out actually who it is. The film doesn't make it blatantly obvious, so you kind of do have to try and work and, you know, figure out who it is. Cinematically, this film was really good. I'm gonna be 100% honest. 85% of the actual camera shots were kind of like your basic, you know, kind of shots, but then that 15% just was amazing. The weird thing is, those shots that were amazing, they weren't necessary, apart from maybe one which I think really fits the kind of whole situation. But I don't know, just me personally, for such a simple kind of film, I didn't really need it, but I'm not complaining. It did really good. So there's one kind of clear part where basically Violet is about to fall through a window, and the kind of camera you know, follows her and zooms in, zooms out, and you can see the whole kind of like background of, well, the roads and the buildings and stuff like that. So honestly, incredible shot. It was really well shot. Another one to kind of just point out as well is that there was a continuous shot, and I am all for that. You know, when they kind of do a continuous shot of going from one place to another, it's really good. It's so smooth, and as someone who's worked with cameras, unfortunately these kind of shots are really difficult, because if something small happens, let's say if you catch, you know, someone in a reflection that's holding the camera, then you gotta reset. If someone trips or something, you gotta reset. It's just one of those things. Just a couple of things to point out as well. This film isn't gory, however it does have depictions of domestic abuse and also suicide as well. Yeah, this suicide is a gunshot to the head, which yeah, those things might be a little bit disturbing or triggering for some people. In the UK, this film is rated as a 15, and I'm gonna be 100% honest, I really disagree with the rating. I think at most this should be a 12A. I think 15 is just a little bit too harsh. I've seen films that are rated 12 that is more disturbing than this, and yeah, a good example would be Woman in Black, and if you've seen that film, then you know that it is very disturbing, but that's a 12, and Drop is 15, which it just doesn't really make any sense to me. However, by all means, this film is definitely worth watching. If I'm going to give this film a rating, I'd honestly have to give it a 7.5 out of 10. I'm only giving it that because honestly, it probably could be higher, but it's just, I think sometimes it just felt a little bit too long. Although the film itself is not actually that long, I think it's only about an hour and 40 minutes. I think it's because some shots are just kind of so repetitive to the point where, yeah, kind of just feels like we're going in a circle. But honestly, still a solid film, and I'd highly recommend you watch it. By all means, this is not a fantastic film. I don't think it was ever going to be, really, but I really like the concept of the film, the way that they've made it, and honestly, yeah, it is a good all-rounder film. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe, and put the post notifications on. Thank you also so much for watching these recent videos. We are starting to get back into the groove of things, uploading more videos as much as I can. So yeah, thank you also so much. Have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next video.